Okay, we've got Warble playing Zawan in the orange versus Dinferno playing the twins in the red. They're going open season on the first map, and yeah, this is like fairly common picks on this map, I think. Like, Zawan's got some pretty good pressure they can do with vines, twins obviously. Early pressure they can do with fire.
Yeah, it's two like it's two commanders that want to get groove and make use of it pretty fast. And it makes sense on this map because your commander will end up like pushing into the stronghold pretty early and also will hit some villages on the way. Um I mean I've been like a notorious like I guess hater of Zawan on this map. I think he's just too easy to counterplay here. And ooh, interesting adaptation here. Does that change anything actually? Putting the sword there. No, it doesn't actually change anything to how the map plays. So it's just a why not, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like the one thing there would be you could
Oh
kill the
wait,
sword, but
never mind. It's actually no. I was thinking like Warble could still kill the sword, but here it's not actually great because Dinferno can't do the the movement where commander kills the sword and sets up a sword crit for the other sword because that sword moved too far away from that village. So Warble gonna get a small advantage from this opening.
both of them going for this kind of underhand commander, like the more advanced position. And, oh,
Yeah, I mean
Warble
that's
sets up
pretty
the
much
crit. Yeah.
the standard way to play the map,
Okay.
I would say.
I've seen a lot of different positions for commander up in the top, so
Yeah, I mean these tend to happen when like you can punish your opponent for doing something differently. Uh,
let's hope this works.
Alright, looks like the opening won't be too different yet. Now the next thing to look out for is like how do you spend your first few rifle turns and what do you build on your defensive side. Harpy is a pretty common build, and actually now that I'm looking at it, the Inferno's Knight was one turn later compared to Warble's, so he's a little behind on that. Unless I'm going crazy. Hang on.
no, the
Yeah, it
Inferno
was
is
later because there's three swords. I'm talking about the
oh
left side.
left-handed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, and here the like Warble chose to move the rifle fast instead of shooting at the commander first. And Inferno falls for it. The mage just walked into rifle range. The sword is in the forest to cover for it, so not gonna be punished for that. But that's a classic. Like you're playing the opening fast, and then oops, your mage gets hit by a rifle. But interestingly enough, Warble, I mean, I guess because of the delayed night from the Inferno, Warble can afford to send the Harpy on the aggressive side.
Ooh, and
Although
Warble, that mage
that
is a little bit too
Harpy,
far back. Like it's gonna get
yeah,
like
that Harpy went to the right only to get chunked by with the Inferno's Harpy, so not the most effective use of a Harpy, I guess.
and this is actually looking really good for the Inferno right now. They've had a couple opportunities to get some nice hits. The rifle
Yep,
isn't gonna be a big deal yet. And
Warble is positioning to like try to kill the stronghold, but I don't think he has enough there to do it. He is like ahead economically though.
just chips the knight. And yeah, if you can
It,
get a little bit of damage, it's often worth it. And that's a little bit of groove too as well.
yeah, and I mean until like positions kind of stabilize. Oh well.
Ooh, that was such a good snipe. And
Yeah, very nice find. Maybe not worth like getting that hit if that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and oh, this follow-up's absolutely brutal, and yeah, just so much damage coming in. Ooh, mage crit.
Very nice tier 2 placement. Only 2 sides available right now, so the emblem is not gonna go down this turn. Unless like the knight dies, I guess. Which could happen. Oh yeah, especially with that crit. So yeah, the emblem can be cleared. But you have to spend a lot of units doing that, because you don't have any crits available. So yeah, 3 units are gonna have to attack that, and I mean, I guess a knight died, so maybe it's not that good. But all the pressure that Warble was putting on the stronghold had to go back to defend. So the Inferno did like defend through their own offensive pressure, I suppose. And it looks like they're not done.
Yep,
They're gonna
we'll
keep
pick up,
going.
yeah, a couple more kills. And are they gonna go even further than that? Probably not. Ooh. There's a little bit of a
You do have
loop-de-loo
to
on the
worry
knight.
about Zawan Groove here.
Oh yeah, that tier 2 could be extremely deadly right now. The twins are very vulnerable
Oh,
to getting
there we
trapped.
go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Twins are completely surrounded now.
Yeah, and no units to really clear these binds. Generally, like the best thing to clear a vine is a night crit, but even that doesn't one-shot on planes. So here, I don't think you're gonna be able to break these vines. The other option would be to clear units, but much of Dinferno's army kinda died earlier.
Uh-oh. And yeah, the vines just
Yeah,
can't be killed.
doesn't look like Dinferno's escaping this. And yeah, Zawan tier 2, surprising amount of range on it. And
I'm not afraid of you.
looks like Dinferno wasn't ready.
I think that vine's even gonna live.
Yeah, but the twins won't. Oh,
Oh.
that vine did not. But yeah.
Oh no, it moved, it moved. Or I believe it did? Okay, well it doesn't matter. Twins are very dead at this point.
Yeah, a classic surround with Zawan Groove, and yeah, there's a few habits that you kind of have to have when playing against Zawan, like always having a path to retreat and such.
Yeah.
But here, I think Warble was already doing well in the fight. I feel, considering that Dinferno used Cooling Flame on it. So yeah, if you're already not doing well with the fight and then you're at a groove disadvantage, then this can happen, I suppose, quite
Yeah.
easily.
I think for me the big thing there was the Inferno just didn't retreat at the right time. Like they had put a lot of pressure on, they'd done a bunch of damage with Cooling Flame, and then they kept going in with their army and left the rifle open to getting smacked by the vines too. Also, you know, like losing, and like I guess like the big thing was Dinferno sacked a knight to kill their opponent's rifle, and then proceeded to play aggressive after that point when you would, as the player with the rifle still alive, have a huge advantage in playing the longer game because you have this unit
Yeah,
that can just repeatedly shoot your opponent from a safe distance.
that's a good point. And also, I think the Cooling Flame usage probably it wasn't the right timing for it, because the emblem died right afterwards, so you didn't get that much value from it, and it was an area that was already kind of hard to attack into, so didn't get much value for it. I think Cooling Flame has a lot of potential against Zawan tier 2 because he deals so much like small chip damage with the vines, and the vines also taking 20 more per turn, like makes taking them down way easier. So maybe keeping the groove to react to Zawan would have been better here than trying to force an aggressive play.
Yeah, or even just putting like the emblem somewhere a bit safer, a bit more hard to break, but Actually, you could even throw it like nearer the barracks just to like mess with like production, for example.
Yeah, you can if you throw it in the corridor, like the next to the barracks, it can be fairly difficult to take it down actually.
Yeah.
Like if you only have one unit on that side, then you can basically damage by 20 everything that gets built on the barrack for a few turns, which can be very annoying.
Yeah, because that limits like expensive buys, other things. But yeah, it was just such a shame because I think Dinferno was actually in a winning position at one point. You know, as soon as that rifle went down, it was like, oh, okay, that's a huge deal because now you're up that really important unit. But Dinferno
Yep.
just kept pressing, and it's just like you have the advantage of the long game at that point. So, and you're down a knight as well, so you are sacrificing your ability to be aggressive. But it is what it is. It was an enjoyable game, and we're gonna go see how this set progresses.